Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Moving on, man. I just had to touch on that. So, the last week I had to go and get my visa renewed. I had to go get my visa renewed in Argentina. Where I am at, I'm currently in Osorno, Chile, but I am about an hour and 20 minutes, about an hour and 10 away from the border into Argentina. And there's a town there that people go. It's like a tourist town that a lot of people can go. So for me, as an import, you have a 90-day visa. In that 90-day visa, you have to renew it. And I realized I was coming up on my visa renewal. So the best solution was to just leave, go for a day, cross the border, come back over the border, get a new 90 days. As I've talked about a lot of times, a lot of these management on teams not really going to care about you getting your situation done at a proper time. So I was actually over the time limit by 1 day. So the day that it said it expired was too late. So the day it expired was the 2nd, and I left on the 2nd. So that 1 day caused me to be over my time limit and could cause a lot of situations. Thank God the lady that I went with worked and had people in her corner, or people that she worked with that could pull a few favors, was able to say, hey, you know what? We're just going to bypass the 1 day. But that 1 day could have led me staying in Argentina for 7 days. And all I had was my phone, my battery pack, and my wallet. I had on some shorts and a t-shirt. I didn't even have a jacket. And they were like, if one more day or any longer, you would have to have stayed here for over a week before you're able to re-enter into the country. Because boy, oh boy, this country has so much rules and regulations that are just so far unlike. It's just amazing. There's just so many different rules and regulations that they have that it's like it's too much. It's too much in my aspect. I don't make the rules. It's their rules, their country. They make their rules and they can abide to it or however they want to. But it's just like so strenuous. Just the simplest things that they make so complicated. Once again, it's not my country. They can do whatever they want. But I'm just saying, these are just some of the situations that I find myself in over there. Like being here, being overseas, you just find yourself in these weirdo situations. And thank God for good people, because some people that do things that put you in bad situations, like the manager who I asked the guy 10 days before to, hey, please, take care of this. My time is about to run out. Hey, what are we going to do? Hey, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And still, we almost had a major complication. But all situations have a solution, and we was able to find a solution, so I'm grateful for that. And in the time we were riding, going through the border and all that, I'm talking about the roads was just like a winding road. So we didn't just have a straight shot. The roads was terrible. They had a lot of you realize when you get to these foreign countries and stuff like that, and you get into these types of areas, how bad the roads are. So you can't just take off and ride and just ride fast. And whilst we were riding, the lady who was driving us, she was doing 30 miles per hour because she was behind this truck. And when she was driving so slow because she was scared to go past him because she didn't know because of an oncoming car, but it was a big truck that was flammable with gas in it and all that. One of those diesel semis that carries gas. And in my head, I was like, why would you want to stay behind this guy in this condition? Me, I'm trying to get over that. And I was like, maybe I am just too impatient. I heard a saying, they say patience is the highest form of discipline. And at that moment, I said, you know what? I need to work on my patience. Because thank God for this lady. She is helping me in all sorts. And I am just so impatient because we're stuck behind this truck and she's driving behind this huge semi that is taking the trip that takes 20 minutes, take an hour. And I was just like, oh my goodness, there's no way we're going to stay behind this truck. As we got to the border, we did our situation. All I was saying, please let us not get stuck behind this truck, because if we get stuck behind this truck, I was saying that because we had practice at a certain time, and I'm like, we're not going to make it back for practice. There's no way I'm going to make it back to practice after dealing with this. But for some reason, her younger daughter was in the back seat. She was like, for goodness sake, Mom, pass the truck. And in my head, I was like, thank God someone else said it. Maybe I thought I was being too impatient, but I was like, thank God she said that, because it was, oh my goodness, astronomically frustrating to sit there. And I'm like, she would literally do 40 miles per hour for the next hour, which will make this a 2-hour trip. And I will be losing my crap. I would be losing my mind if we had to stay behind that. So maybe I need to work on my patience. Every moment is a moment to work on your patience. But with that little pep talk from her daughter, she zoomed past them, and she was hitting about 120 kilometers ever since then. And I was like, that's what I'm talking about. You ever remember the old Bad Boys when he was like, from now on, that's how you drive. That's how you drive. From now on, that's how you drive. Ain't no more driving like... She started hitting the gas. I was like, thank God. I knew I wasn't tripping. But it just reminded me, I said, you know what? In that moment, I was like, maybe this is a moment for me to work on my patience. This is just a moment for me to work on my patience, because patience is the highest form of discipline. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.